Hey guys, it's Francesco here. And yes, you did read the title of this video correctly. How to invest your first $100. $100 is an amount of money that basically everyone has. And learning the basic principles and concepts to investing your first $100 will eventually lead to you knowing how to invest your first $1,000, your first $10,000, and your first $100,000. Guys, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions that relate to finance or investing that you want me to personally respond to, leave them down in the comments section and I'll be sure to respond to them. Many people will be scared to actually start, but here are going to be my suggestions and my best recommendations on getting started with your first $100. So you have your first $100 and you're ready to invest. What I would recommend is take that $100 and invest it directly in yourself and in your knowledge. Investing in yourself and in your knowledge will yield you the highest return on investment, and that's much better than buying a specific stock and holding it for a long period of time. Remember, you are your greatest asset. So one of the easiest and most cost-effective ways to gain some knowledge is to actually purchase books. Here I'm going to explain 4 books and why you should actually purchase them, and some of the benefits and key takeaways from each of those books. So the first book that I would recommend is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This is a very cool book where he compares and contrasts his poor dad and his mentality towards money, and also his best friend's dad, which is a rich dad, and his mentality towards money. He teaches you how these two different perspectives shaped his investment and finance philosophy. Also, what this book teaches you is the rich make their money work for them, and you don't need to earn a high income to actually be rich. So this book is a great starting point for anyone who wants to take control of their finances and be financially free in the future. So the second book that I would recommend you purchase is Think and Grow Rich. This is an old book by Napoleon Hill where he studies 500 of the most successful millionaires in the world and gives you the key attributes that made them successful. This book has been used for people in every walk of life and will teach you some of the key foundation building blocks to building wealth and becoming wealthy. So the third book that I would recommend is Unshakable by Tony Robbins. In this book, he teaches you some of the key concepts and key attributes to gaining financial security, and also he teaches you how to invest in low-cost index funds, have the right diversification, and also take the fear out of investing. And lastly, the fourth book that I would recommend is The Warren Buffett Way. In this book, it explains the 9 tenets that Buffett uses to make his investment decisions, and also it goes through some of the major purchases that he has made throughout his whole investment career. So if you go to Amazon or your local bookstore, you'll probably find these 4 books and they'll run you around $25 each. And that's how you're going to invest your first $100. So the second thing you could do to invest that $100 is open up a brokerage account and actually start investing it in different stocks or ETFs. What I would recommend if you're starting with $100 is find a brokerage account that doesn't charge commission to actually purchase stocks. You could use accounts such as Wealthsimple in Canada, or you could use Robinhood if you're located in the US. So when investing this first $100, you're not actually looking to turn it into $1,000, but this will be a good practice for you to get started with investing, and it'll also serve as a building block to your investment career. So if you choose to use that $100 to invest in stocks, you're going to have to do some research first, and some of the best websites to do stock research would be CNBC.com, CNN Money, or you could even go to TradingView.com. Those are all very good websites and platforms that you could start with doing your research on what investments you would actually like to purchase. So if you're new to investing and you don't want to pick a specific stock, you could actually look to invest in an ETF, which is basically buying all of the stocks. Some of the main companies that offer ETFs are Fidelity, Vanguard, and iShares. You could purchase those ETFs directly on the stock exchange, just as you would ordinary stock. Guys, just because you're starting off with $100, don't discourage yourself from actually starting. A lot of the most wealthiest people in the world started with $100. They didn't start with $1 million or $10 million. They started with the building block and the foundation of getting started with a small amount of money. I know sometimes it can be nerve-wracking to start and buy your first stock. If this is you, I would recommend starting a paper trading account, and this allows you to invest and trade fake money. So you're not actually trading your real money, but you get to go through the actions and the processes of what it takes and what it involves to purchase a specific stock or a specific ETF in the stock market. Most investing platforms allow you to actually open a free paper trading account before you even open up your investment account. And you could use platforms such as TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, or if you're in Canada, you could use Questrade. What this allows you to do is get started without risking your own money, and that'll eliminate some of the stresses when it comes to investing. And once you build confidence and become more comfortable with investing, you could start using your own money. All right, guys, so go grab your tea and get comfortable because now it's story time. Once upon a time, there was a man named Warren Buffett. He's arguably the most successful investor of our time with his net worth approaching $100 billion. In this story, Warren Buffett enters an elevator full of other people. There's a coin on the ground, but no one else in the elevator acknowledges it except for Warren Buffett. When the elevator doors open, everyone goes rushing out except for Warren Buffett. He kneels down to pick up that coin. As he walks past the others, he mutters, "The beginning to the next billion." Warren Buffett is the last person in the world that needs to be bending down to pick up change off the ground. But he acknowledges that it's the actions and the principles and not the amount of money that he's picking up. Just like this story with Warren Buffett, the actions to start investing are far more significant than the amount of money that you're starting with. And there you guys have it. This is my suggestion to starting with investing your first $100. The most important thing is invest in yourself and invest in your knowledge. This will pay the highest return on investment in the future, and also you'll actually understand the basics of investing. If you want to go a step further, you could go and open your paper brokerage account and actually go through the actions of starting to invest. And if you want to go one step further, find a low-cost brokerage account that doesn't charge you commissions to buy or sell different stocks, and you could start that way. Even if you start with $100, always remember the actions are much greater than the amount of money that you're starting with. So I'll go ahead and leave the link to each of these books in the description of this video. Always remember, guys, invest in what you believe in what you understand. I'm Francesco. Thanks again for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.